Hey budgeters, today we're going to talk about the difference between an emergency fund, your savings, and investments. So again, today we're going to talk about the difference between an emergency fund, your savings, and investments. So they are all different. They're all different. However, the one thing that they have in common is that they serve as a buffer between you and life. They serve as a safety net, a sense of security, just to know that, hey, if life hits, I actually got this. I can handle the situation with no concerns because I have the money. Come with me on a journey to financial freedom. In order to get there, we will monitor our finances, reduce our expenses, and increase our income. And we're doing this together. We are on a journey together. We are on a path together. We're figuring things out together. All right, so let's jump into it. Our emergency fund, our investments, and our savings are all different. Our emergency fund, our savings, and our investments are all different. So let's talk about the differences now. What is an emergency? What constitutes an emergency? An emergency is your water heater busts and you need to replace that. An emergency is you have a car accident and you need the $500 for your deductible. That's your emergency. An emergency is your washer and dryer break down and you need to replace it. That's an emergency. Your stove breaks down, your refrigerator breaks down, and you need to replace it. That is emergency. Anything that you can foresee happening is not an emergency. Anything that you can foresee coming does not serve as an emergency. So literally, this only serves at a time when you are in a bind. You did not see this incident, this situation happening, and you need money in order to resolve the issue or to overcome the matter or the situation. That is what an emergency fund is. Again, if you could foresee the situation, it's not an emergency. It is not an emergency. Your emergency is not an investment. It's not there to grow you money. It just sits. It sits and it waits. It sits and it waits for a time that we don't want to happen, but is inevitable. That's what it does. An emergency fund sits and waits for you to have an unforeseen situation that you need to get yourself out of. One important thing is that an emergency fund needs to be 6 months of your expenses, because that's another emergency. Like if you get laid off or if you get fired from your job, it is an emergency. So you need 6 months built up. What does that mean? Your expenses times 6 months. So if your expenses are $3,000 a month, that's what you need to eat, live, pay your rent / mortgage, all you utilities, all of that. 3,000 times 6, you need $18,000 in the bank. That's an emergency fund. All right. So now let's talk about your savings. Your savings is 10% of everything that you have coming in each month. So if you have $4,000 coming in each month, you need to at least be saving 10% of that. Now, some people are saying, hey, I have an emergency fund. Why do I also need a savings? You need a savings because this is for those foreseen circumstances. So you have a savings and you can bucket it. Let's go back to the example when I said that you have $4,000 coming in a month. You're saving 10% of that, which is $400. Now, you know that there are certain situations that are coming up. You have a vacation coming up. Maybe 100 of that 400 is going to be for vacation. You know that you have a car that is getting old. So you know you're going to need at least $200 of that going towards a car. And then the other $100, let's say you you need a new refrigerator and you know that's going to be coming. So that is your fund for that. So within your savings, and let's not make it too difficult, but within your savings, right? You have different things for which you are saving for. You don't need this money right now. It is not right now, but you know eventually you will need it. You are saving up for a foreseen circumstance, such as the things that we just talked about. Needing a new car, a vacation that you have coming up, needing a refrigerator, or whatever else you need for your life. You don't need these things right now, but you will need. Hello? Okay. Yeah, I'm recording. Thought I wasn't. But you will need these things in the future. Okay? So, savings, 10%. You're going to need this money for the future. So you are saving for something in particular. Last thing, investments. 15% of your income should be geared towards investing. That's in addition to the 10% from the savings. They got 10% for savings. You got 15% for investments. But before all that, you need an emergency fund. So the first thing to do is you build up your 6-month emergency fund. Rewind if you need a recap on that. Then after you've built up your 6-month emergency fund, then you're focusing on your regular savings and your regular investments, okay? Now, back to investments. You have 15% of your income going towards investments. Now, what are investments? Investments are whatever you are going to do in order to grow your money. I know people who are doing real estate. I know people who are in the stock market. I know people who are investing in crypto. I know people who are investing in themselves as a business owner, or you're building your business. So if you're building your business, right, let's say, okay, so I'm going to use this 15% to build my business, then that 15% coming in is going to be geared towards buying your supplies, setting up your technology, or doing whatever it is that you need to do in order to fund your business. So this money, 15%, is going towards the things that you know will grow your overall net worth or grow your income or whatever it is. This is actually for growth. This 15% is actually for growth. So you should be putting this money away or with the idea that you are growing it in whatever way. In whatever way. Some people are dead set on crypto being the thing. Listen, put 15% of your money into crypto. It is up to you. If you think that thing is going to grow, that's what this is for. It's for you to grow your mind or grow your money, grow your business. That's what this is for. All right. So one thing that I do want you to know about all of the investments is that it is your source. I'm sorry, not all of your investments, but all of the money that we talked about here, your emergency fund, your savings, your investments, they serve as a path to the freedom that we so talk about or that we so seek, right? It serves as a path to that freedom. It really does. Because as you're growing your investments, you're going to use that money to then fund your lifestyle moving forward. As you're growing your business, it's going to, again, fund your lifestyle moving forward. So then you can live the life that you always dream, whether that's traveling, whether that's working part-time, whatever that looks like for you. All of these things, your emergency fund, your savings, and your investments serve as your freedom, your path to freedom, and it also serves as your buffer between you and life.